A prophecy of the three flames. Whispers of the Ancestors. Episode 3. The Girl Who Carried Fire. Part 2. Old Man Chike, sensing the impending challenge, then revealed a final, profound prophecy, one he had guarded for centuries. Three flames shall guide the path of the fire bearer. The flame of memory, which remembers the past. The flame of empathy, which connects all beings. And the flame of truth, which illuminates the hidden. Only when these three flames burn as one within her, will her power be truly whole, and we should be able to face the darkness that comes. This prophecy was not a riddle, but a map, a spiritual guide for Nkemjika's unfolding destiny. Our journey has only just begun. The power within her was not merely for personal use, but for a greater purpose, a role in maintaining the delicate balance between light and shadow. They returned to Umuola. With their lessons complete and the prophecy echoing in their hearts, the small group began their journey back to Umuola. Nkemjika, though still a child, now carried herself with a new maturity, her step sure, her spirit resolute. The warmth within her was no longer a nascent glow, but a steady, controlled flame, radiating a quiet power. She was no longer just Nkemjika, the child whose strength was greater. She was becoming Nkemjika, the girl who carried fire. Iyale, walking beside her, felt a profound sense of both trepidation and immense pride. Her daughter was stepping into a destiny far grander and more perilous than she could have ever imagined. The return journey was swifter, for the forest seemed to acknowledge Nkemjika's was now the fire bearer. The Looming Shadow. Nkemjika returned to Umuola, her presence subtly transformed, but the peaceful glow of the village was now tainted with an unseen tension. The warning of the forest spirit lingered in the air, a premonition of trials to come. One moonlit night, as Nkemjika walked near the outskirts of the village, a cool spot descended, chilling the very warmth within her. The familiar hum of her inner fire flickered, threatened by an unfamiliar coolness. The air itself grew heavy, and shadows stretched longer and deeper, not just from the trees, but from the unseen sources. A low, guttural growl, not of any beast known to the forest, rumbled from the encroaching darkness. It was a presence, ancient and malevolent, drawn by the beacon of her burgeoning power. The whispers of the forest spirit had proven true. The light she carried would indeed draw darkness. The face flickered against shadow, as the menacing presence solidified on the edge of the known world. Nkemjika instinctively reached for the warmth within. The fear, cold and sharp, threatened to extinguish her inner flame. But then she remembered Old Man Chike's words. The flame of truth illuminates the hidden. With a surge of defiant will, she focused not on the fear, but on the luminous core of her being. Her eyes, now glowing with a soft golden light, pierced the encroaching shadows. From her outstretched hands, not literally fire, but shimmering tendrils of pure golden light shot forth, pushing back the oppressive darkness. The malevolent presence recoiled, hissing as if burned, unable to withstand the raw, pure energy of her light. It did not vanquish the shadow, but it pushed it back, revealing its vulnerability to her burgeoning power. The encounter was brief, yet definitive. It was her first conscious act of defense, her first clear understanding that the fire she carried was not just one, but a formidable shield against the unseen forces of darkness. The girl who carried fire had first a true shadow, and for now she had stood her ground, a beacon against the night. The next morning, the sun rose over Umuola, casting its golden light on a village that unknowingly had been protected by its youngest inhabitant. Nkemjika carried a new resolve in her heart, a quiet understanding of the immense responsibility that came with her gifts. The flames of memory, empathy, and truth now burned brighter within her, tested and affirmed by the night's challenge. Iyale watched her daughter with a knowing look, sensing the subtle shift from a child with gifts to a young guardian of light. Old Man Chike's prophecy was unfolding, and Nkemjika's journey was only just beginning. The whispers continued, deeper and more profound, leading us into the heart of a destiny woven by fire and faith, balance and shadow. The girl who carried fire has awakened, and her path will illuminate the way forward. Join us, stay with us, as Nkemjika steps further into our extraordinary destiny. A fading harvest. The weeks that followed Nkemjika's return to Umuola were for a time filled with a fragile peace. The morning sun continued its ritual ascent, painting the sky with the promise of a new day, and the laughter of children once again mingled with the gentle rustle of leaves. Yet a subtle unease began to ripple through the village, a silent tremor beneath the surface of their new fine tranquility. The vibrant green of the yam leaves, usually so robust and promising, began to fade, their edges falling inward as if touched by unseen blight. The kernels of corn, once plump and golden, withered on their stalks, their sweetness turning to dust. The river, usually a life-giving artery, seemed to grow sluggish, its surface mirroring the wilting crops with a dull, unreflective sheen. A palpable hunger, not yet of the stomach, but of the spirit, began to settle upon Umuola. The earth itself seemed to sigh, exhaling a quiet desperation that tightened the hearts of the villagers. The elders concerned. Mama Uzoma, her face etched with the wisdom of countless harvests, observed the ailing land with a growing concern. She walked among the dying crops, her fingers brushing the brittle leaves, her spirit attuned to the subtle laments of the earth. The village diviner, normally so precise in her readings, found her cowrie shells scattered in disarray, Offering no clear answers, the air grew heavy with unspoken questions. With the gnawing fear of scarcity, the communal well, though not yet dry, yielded water that tasted flat and lifeless. This was not a natural drought, nor a mere blight. This was something deeper, something that gnawed at the very essence of Umuola vitality. Mama Uzoma knew, with the clarity of ancient understanding, that this was the work of a malevolent presence, unseen but deeply felt, systematically draining the life from their land. A shadow more insidious than the one Nkemjika at first was slowly suffocating their world. Nkemjika senses the source. Nkemjika, attuned to the land in ways others could not comprehend, felt the growing sickness within Umuola, as if it were a pain in her own body. The vibrant arm of her inner fire, usually so constant, now flickered with a strange disquiet. The warmth within her chest felt heavy, almost suffocated. When she touched the dying yam leaves, a coolness, alien and draining, seeped into her fingertips. She closed her eyes, reaching out with her spirit, allowing her innate connection to the earth to guide her. She saw, not with her physical eyes, but with an inner vision, a dark pulsing knot of energy deep beneath the earth, near the heart of the ancient Iroko tree. It was like a parasite, a shadowy anchor slowly drawing the life force from the land, poisoning the very roots of Umuola's existence. This was the source of the fading harvest, the stagnant river, the quiet despair. The Council of Despair. A horrid council was called, the village elders gathering under the faint glow of oil lamps, their faces grinned. The diviner, his voice trained, spoke of omens unseen, of a pervasive chill that defied explanation. The chief, usually stoic, wrung his hands, his gaze falling upon the wilting basket of harvest, a symbol of their dwindling hope. Mama Uzoma, her voice solemn, finally spoke. This is not of man, nor of nature's whim. This is the work of a spirit of famine, a being of shadow and hunger, drawing sustenance from our very lifeblood. A collective gasp rippled through the gathered villagers. Tales of the spirit of famine were ancient, whispers in hushed tones around night fires. A being rarely seen, but always feared. Its arrival foretelling utter desolation. Panic began to stir, a desperate fear that threatened to consume their resolve. Iyale's resolve. In the midst of the escalating despair, Iyale stepped forward, her quiet strength shining through her apprehension. She placed a reassuring hand on Nkemjika's shoulder, a silent promise of support. Her voice, though still soft, resonated with a mother's unwavering faith. We've seen Nkemjika's gift. She has touched the unseen, has known the ancestral whispers. This is why she was chosen. This is why she carries the fire. We must trust in her path, in the ancient wisdom that guides her. Her words, though met with a murmur of doubt from some, ignited a flicker of hope in Mama Uzoma's eyes. This was the moment the village needed more than the ancient rituals. They needed the living flame, the burgeoning power that pours within their child. A test of flames. Mama Uzoma, taking Iyale's cue, turned to Nkemjika, her gaze steady and unwavering. "Child," she said. The whisper spoke of three flames: the flame of memory, the flame of empathy, and the flame of truth. The spirit of famine feeds on forgetfulness, on isolation, and on deceit. Only by uniting these three within you, by making them burn as one, can we hope to sever its hold. She explained the plan. Nkemjika must venture to the base of the Iroko tree, where the dark anchor pulls. There, she will call upon her inner fire, but not just its raw power. She will need to consciously weave the three flames, using them as a spiritual weapon against the insidious shadow. It was a perilous task, a direct confrontation with a powerful entity, but it was their only hope. The village held its breath, their collective destiny resting on the slender shoulders of a young girl, guarding the flame of memory. Nkemjika, her heart beating with a mixture of fear and determination, walked towards the ancient Iroko, its towering presence now seeming to sag with the village collective burden. She sat at its base, the coolness from the fading earth seeping into her skin. She closed her eyes, focusing on the first flame, the flame of memory. She delved deep within, remembering the ancestral whispers that had guided her, the stories of Umola's resilience, the faces of those who had come before her, their triumphs and their struggles. She saw Adaeze, reborn from forgotten sorrow. She felt the strength of Iyale, who had found her voice. She called upon the collective memory of the village, the vibrant tapestry of their history, aligned the past to fuel her present. As she did, a warm golden light began to emanate from her, a steady glow that pushed back the creeping cold, strengthening her resolve, igniting the flame of empathy. Next, Nkemjika turned her attention to the flame of empathy. She reached out with her spirit, not just to the Iroko, but to every living thing in Umuola. She felt the gnawing hunger of the wilting crops, the sluggish flow of the ailing river, the quiet despair in the hearts of her people. She felt their anxieties, their fears, their yearning for sustenance and life. She embraced their sovereign as her own, aligned their pain to sharpen her focus, transforming it into a fierce protective energy. As her empathy deepened, the golden light around her intensified, taking on a soft, pulsing quality, like a shared heartbeat. It was a flame forged not of anger, but of profound connection, a powerful shield against the spirit of famine's isolating influence, unleashing the flame of truth. Finally, Nkemjika focused on the flame of truth. She understood that the spirit of famine thrived on illusion, on the hidden truth of fear and hopelessness. With a shot of defiant will, she pushed back against the oppressive aura, seeking the core of its illusion. She acknowledged the reality of their suffering, but refused to let it consume them. She called upon the pure, unvarnished truth of her own power, the inherent light that was her birthright. Her gaze, though closed, burned with an inner radiance. When she opened her eyes, they glowed with a fierce, unwavering golden light, piercing the veil of deceit. A sharp, clear light shot forth from her directly at the portion shadow beneath the Iroko. The spirit of famine recoiled, its insidious influence exposed, its shadowy form flickering violently. The confluence of flames. With the three flames burning brightly within her, memory, empathy, and truth, Nkemjika felt a surge of raw elemental power, unlike anything she had experienced before. The golden light around her solidified, becoming a radiant aura, pulsating with the combined energy of Umuola's past, present, and burgeoning hope. From her outstretched hands, not separate tendrils, but a unified beam of shimmering golden fire erupted. It was not a destructive blaze, but a living, pulsating light, pure and undeniable. The beam struck the dark anchor beneath the Iroko tree, and the earth itself seemed to groan. The spirit of famine shrieked, a sound of pure agony and defeat. As the unified flame seared away its parasitic hold, a shadowy form began to dissipate, unraveling like smoke in the wind. Unable to withstand the sheer purity and combined power of Nkemjika's integrated flames. The Earth Reawakens. As the spirit of famine dissolved into the nothingness, a wave of palpable relief washed over Umuola. The coldness that had gripped the land receded, replaced by a gentle warmth, a vibrant pulse emanating from the very soil. The wilting yam leaves, almost miraculously, began to unfurl their edges, slowly regaining their vibrant green. The corn stalks straightened, and a faint sweet aroma of returning life filled the air. The river, once sluggish, now flowed with a renewed energy, its surface sparkling in the sunlight. A collective sigh of relief, then a murmur of aye, rippled through the villagers. They watched Nkemjika, still bathed in the residual glow of her power, their hearts filled with profound gratitude and wonder. She had not only vanquished a threat, but had reawakened the very essence of their land, demonstrating the incredible power of these three flames united. A new understanding. Mama Uzoma approached Nkemjika, her eyes shining with tears of joy and reverence. She knelt before the child, a gesture of profound respect. "The prophecy is true, child," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "You have woven the flames as one. You have saved us." Iyale, her eyes brimming, embraced her daughter, a silent testament to the extraordinary journey they had undertaken. The villagers, once fearful, now look upon Nkemjika with a new understanding, a deep respect for the powerful, yet gentle guardian who walked among them. They knew now that the fire she carried was not just warmth, nor a weapon, but a living testament to the enduring spirit of Umuola, a beacon of hope against any shadow that might dare to encroach. The path forward. a guiding light. The return of abundance brought with it a profound sense of peace to Iyale. The laughter of children, once dulled by fear, now echoed with unrestrained joy. Nkemjika, though still a child in years, now carried the weight of her destiny with grace and quiet confidence. The flame within her burned steadily, a constant reminder of the power she wielded and the responsibility she bore. The experience with the Spirit of Famine had not only been a trial, but a profound lesson, deepening her understanding of her gift. She was no longer just the girl who carried fire. She was becoming the guiding light of Iyale, a living testament to the enduring strength of the ancestral whispers. Our journey, steeped in ancient lore and burgeoning power, was just beginning. The spiritual tapestry of Iyale continued to weave, now with a new radiant thread, carrying promises of challenges yet to come, and the unwavering hope that Nkemjika, the girl who carried fire, would illuminate the path forward for generations to come.
Thank you, dear friend, for sharing this time. More tales await, legends sublime. Like, share, subscribe, stay on this ride. Together we'll journey, hearts open wide. With every story and song we embrace, in the warmth of our voices, find your place. Together we'll laugh, together we'll cry. In the rhythm of life, we'll soar high. With each melody, we'll ignite the night. In the harmony of friendship, everything's right. Moments we cherish, memories to hold, whispers of dreams and stories untold. Through valleys and mountains, side by side, in the dance of existence, we'll take our stride. Every sunset paints a new shade of gold. In the tapestry of time, our bond unfolds. As the stars align, we'll dream anew. In this canvas of life, it's me and you. The chapters reroute with laughter and tears, echoes of joy through the passing years. With each heartbeat we sink our souls in the book of our lives. Together we're whole. Interlude might eddy in for recangers. Let the music play, let the stories flow. From the sea of emotions will continue to grow. With colors of life splashed across the sky, in this journey together, we'll always fly. Together we'll laugh, together we'll cry. In the rhythm of life, we'll soar high. With each melody, we'll ignite the nights. In the harmony of friendship, everything's right. Thank you, dear friend, for sharing this time. More tales await, legends sublime. Like, share, subscribe, stay on this ride. Together we'll journey, hearts open wide. More take you, dear friend, for sharing this time. More tales await, legends sublime. Like, share, subscribe, stay on this ride. Together we'll journey, hearts open wide.